Well, we're live. The Eric Brin of painting and the Bob Ross of sandpaper. That's me. Well, I was going to work on the wing, but I'm so ecstatic about how things have come out. Oh, well, wait a minute here because it's a live show and nobody's here. There we go. I'm so ecstatic about how things came out. I'm going to try something that I normally don't do. And, I've said to you guys over and over and over again, where does the shine come from? And it comes from the sandpaper. Not only that, the weight savings comes from the sandpaper. Let me get this mess cleaned up a little bit. So what I'm going to do as the Bob Ross of sandpaper is we're going to see if it makes any difference by sanding down to at least 600. And I'm going to show you what I achieved while we were away. That's 15. Well, we'll leave that out. 1,500 is more of a paper. Now here's 500. 1,500 is more of a paper for. We'll try that. We'll try. I was looking for 6, but 500 will be fine. There's 6 right there. Let's go to 6. 6 is a better number. We won't go down to 1,500. I can't see that until after the paint's on it. But I've been having a few problems. Just, very few problems on finishes that don't quite fill the grain perfectly. And that's the reason being is I've been stopping sanding at 320. Because remember, with my finishing method, we get 1 quart of dope. Period. That's base coat and top coat. That's all you get. And when you're out of dope, you're done painting. So, let me get this cleaned off here. People think, well, how can I get a 6-ounce finish? Well, I get a 6-ounce finish because I only use a quart of dope. Get a new bag here. I'll start a new bag. This is going to be just a short video. I won't, I'll work on that wing while you guys are playing at the chat. I got to get this cleaned up. But I'm going to show you the weight. Remember I said, all these elevator stabilizers, every one of them is 3 ounces. Except this one. And you'll say, well, why are you so excited about it? Well, it's between 2 3/4 and 2.8. So I'm going to sand it. I'm I'm gonna sand it and see if we can't pull the weight down just a little more. We have good audio? I can't tell again. Let me get this set up so you can see the scale. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, so now we're going to power it on. Everybody can see the scale. It's in the ounce mode. Now it's 285, but it's still under 3. So I'm happy. Now it's 2.9. The batteries must be going bad in this. 2.9. 2.8, 2.9. It's under 3 ounces. I'm extremely happy. Thank you, Craig. I'm extremely happy. The grain in this, it just, I don't know. It doesn't look tightened up. I sanded it all with 320, 180 to thin it down, and then 320. But I think I can bring the finish down better and the weight down by sanding it with 600. So we're going to see, you know, at any rate, it can't hurt. I wish I had a block or sticky back 600 paper. That looks much better. So as I stated, the Bob Ross of sandpaper, or the Eric Brown of plate spinning. Look up those guys on the internet. Bob Ross, happy little circles, and that Eric guy, the plate spinner on the Ed Sullivan show, spinning all the plates. That's what I'm doing here. I got to be the producer, writer, worker. Shit, I'm even the sound crew and the trucking company. I had to truck all that crap over to John. Yeah, we might do something on the wing tonight. I don't know. I want to get this sanded out real good. Then we'll yeah, I think 600 is gonna be fine. It's we'll get 3 coats of dope on this and get paper on it, get it drying next weekend, along with the rudder. So I'm finishing before the airplane's finished. But I might as well start getting this hardened up, you know, because the time is short. You think, well, this is January, and I got, yeah, but this airplane even together, and I'm thinking about flying it this summer. Got to get on the stick. I don't have my bubble wrap. It's in St. Louis. I'd bubble wrap this and put it on a shelf somewhere because it's basically finished out. I think I'm going to rebuild the top mold and mold a new piece of wood for the top of this fuselage. I don't like it. Bottom turned out okay, top did not so much. So let's see what we have here. Oh, I've got to cut those in. I could do that tonight, I guess. Hopefully I figured it right. Yep. Man, if you remember when I let me see if I can get it out here. You remember when I laid out the bearings for this this here, they landed right on the fuselage sides, just like they're supposed to, so that the holes will be in the bearings. But that doesn't really much matter because it's going to have fairings in here. One of them little details. So let's see if it dropped any weight, and then we'll cut in them pads. Before I lose them. Okay, it was 285. I thought it was 275 when I weighed it. Boy, slick as a baby's bottom. Nope, still the same. Okay, well, it didn't hurt anything. We got that in there. So now, let me see, get the rudder here, make sure. I'll block this rudder too. Let me explain to you why I'm going to remake this. This is light. It's a 0.35 mode. It's 10 grams, but it's not quite the right shape. I had to split it and I split it and brought it in, so it doesn't quite turn the fuselage right. Real stout. I don't know. We might use it. It's 10 grams. It's hard to complain about 10 grams. Yeah, unless I could do it in 5 grams, but I wouldn't bet on it. Let's sand this rudder a little bit, and then I could put that out of the way, and we'll get those starting to finish next weekend. Just a quick once over, get the tissue on it, and of course it'll be sanded another 200 times before it's finished. So, but I kind of just like it. They wanted to close up the grain at 600, make my finish a little bit better. This weighs 11 grams. Okay, Now let's cut in those blocks. This is a piped engine that goes in this. It's a rear exhaust pipe motor, and fortunately I've taped my little blocks in there. I don't like mounting a cowl like that, but because it's rear exhaust, it would be very difficult to I don't know, maybe. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put those blocks in there. I'll show you how to inset those. But I may not use them because I see that I have a slight bit of room for the cowl to come down and put the screw in the back. So we're building on the fly. Seeing as that it's the only thing I don't like about this is how much it weighs. It's a turd. So the cowl, let me see if I can clear. I don't have an extension on this one. We're leaving parts off to try to lighten it up. I don't have an extension. The tank is set back. No, I'm gonna have to do it the side mount way. So what I have here is some little basswood squares that I cut. They're already embedded into this side. You can see them right there. One there and one back here. But I didn't do them on the other side for some reason. I guess I probably went on to something else. I just taped them up there and said we'll get to them. So we'll inset those right now. Yeah, I did. Kept it online. Good. This particular fuselage setup for the doublers is the carbon setup where it's I think this fuselage is 332 with 332 doublers. So we're going to have to excavate the material out of this. Instead of drawing a line and cutting, we'll just hold it on there and then cut right alongside it. Don't cut down through the outside. 332nd, it has 332nd fuselage size 1/8" doubler with carbon fiber in between it. You could get away with 332nd doubler too. What the hell was I thinking when I did that? So I'm going to have to eyeball it. You know how it works. TLAR, that looks about right. I don't want to chunk that off there. Let me get the glue. Yeah, it's the only way you can get it to keep from warping. Because I had wood big enough to do it all in one direction. Come on, get on there. Man, it don't want to stick down there. Oh, come on. There we go. I got it rambunctious with the knife there and kind of split up the doubler. And it wouldn't hurt anything except for I know it's there. Hey, Guy, Danny will get with you. I forwarded the address on the wing, but I think he's going to do something special for you. Dan's a good guy. My, how time flies. Yeah, we're going to get it down there someday here. Reason why I got to get it in there flat is so that the cowl ears will slide in there. Otherwise, you're going to have a stupid looking cowl line. Oh, I can see daylight now. It's getting dark. Don't think you can get away with mounting a cowl without doing this if you're going to use the 4-point system. You can't just drill through the balsa wood, put a screw in it into the cowl and expect it to hold. It won't. Ah, broke the blade. That's the only bad thing about these scalpel blades. Hey, Chris, they do not hold up under any serious pressure. Okay. Get my plate spinning. Got to get them plates a going. I'll be back to Bob Rawson here in a little while. You see how it got black there? That's the carbon. You got to go all the way down to the carbon. A little bit on the end there. When I get this done, I'll mix up some epoxy and set them in there. It has to sit flush. Watching a guy today painting weathering on monocoat. He had about 10 zillion hits on that. If I would leave you guys and do RC, because them RC guys ain't got a clue really of what's going on. I could make some money. I don't know why the RC guys just don't come over to this channel and see how it's done right, because it's all the same. Okay. That's one. And this one goes right straight across right here. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do to suspend. Do it this way to suspend my muffler. You can't just let that muffler hang in the breeze. You have to have some type of tether on the back of the muffler to keep it from vibrating. Otherwise, it'll break off at the head. Okay. Can't see through that, so I'm going to have to guess again. Right straight across. Now, I got to do a good job on this cowl because it's a Ted Fancher cowl. If you guys ever get to see any of Ted Fancher's airplanes, look at the cowl. Look at the beautiful workmanship that he does on the cowl. Man, he's got more work in the cowl than I got in my whole airplane. And I'd have to say that Billy Warridge's RC guys buy foamies. I need to figure out how to show them how to make foamies or some nonsense. The society today is buy and fly. And that's why if they ever get rid of the BOM, I'll be done. Because the beauty of this hobby is to teach you the skill sets that you need to succeed in life. And so many guys want to do away with the BOM because they're so damn lazy. I don't have no place to build. I don't have no time. Well, I'm showing you I have no place to build, and I only do it an hour a day. Today's 2 hours, but yep, Billy video's a good video. But that doesn't have near the hits that it should have. That guy with the raccoons got 10 zillion hits for feeding raccoons. Why can't we get any hits for... building things. Like I said, if I did stupid shit, I'd be rich. If I was a PewDiePie or some kind of knucklehead. Okay, got that one excavated. Let's see if it fits. Well, it don't fit that way, but it fits that way. So now we'll get some epoxy, 5 minutos. That's 30. That's 5. That's 5. And all I'm doing here is catching up where I had left off, because I had already set this aside, but I was smart enough to tape it on there. You can tell I'm a mechanic. Keep the bolts where they belong. Yeah, we'll do it on this side. It's a clean side. You know, I've heard even Danny this weekend said, don't mix epoxy with the wood stick. I've mixed epoxy with the brush, with the wood stick, with a piece of plastic, whatever you got. Yeah. Get a cat mate. Yeah, well, no thanks. I like basswood because it's soft and it's light. It's easy to work with. Just like those clips that I made today. Come on, get out of there. That's it. Knock it on the floor. Pretty important you epoxy these in too. Don't CA them, because you're going to be putting a lot of stress on them. And what happens is CA is brittle. It'll pop out. Epoxy gives a little bit. Ask me how I know that. Thunderbolt number 2, I had the cowl screw up on me on the gnats. At the gnats, it didn't come off, but I had to, I was trying to save weight, trying to skimp and leave these parts out on number 2. And sure enough, out there in circle 2, the cowl come loose. So, learning from mistakes, which are not really mistakes, but for the minimum amount of weight that adds, it will definitely add peace of mind. So, I'll get a little clamp here. If you guys don't have these, you got to get some of these at Harbor Freight. You know what? I think I'm going to put a piece of wood on there so it doesn't dent that. And where's the other one? There it is. And we'll wait 5 minutes and we'll have them done. I didn't know what it was called this weekend when Dan was talking about exotherm, but I got a story about exotherm. And I didn't know what the heck it was. When I was a kid working in the garage, I used to just take a resin, polyester resin, and take the hardener in the tube, and I'd squirt it in there and mix it up, and it'd dry in about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. It would be so hot. But I set it on the bench, look over there, and the cup's smoking. It's melted. Did a lot of shit as a kid. So we ran 37 minutes tonight. I don't think I'm going to do... I might do a little. I don't know. Can't make up my mind. I can show you about stiffeners and stuff, I guess. Get this stuff cleaned up. I'm going to have to get it done anyway, so... If you work on your airplane with set projects that you want to get done, so you say, well, I want to do this to the fuselage tonight, and I want to sand out the elevator, get it finished sanding. And I've only been working 38 minutes. Well, have I got a lot done? Well, not really, but I've got more done than doing nothing, So let that sit there. This is pretty much getting dry. Put the motor back up on the shelf. These are all motors up here on this shelf that I've brought. Get in there. I gotta get this away. Of course, I'm gonna have to clean up again. There's shavings all over the floor. I think it's the lady that runs this apartment complex ever. You're welcome. That's how you knew it was. I mean, you were within 3/10 or 3/100ths or whatever. You put down 177 and it was 1.8. So that was impressive. Unless you grab the core off the shelf and weight it. Which is all right. It don't matter. Okay, let's get the wing back up on the bench. Pretty warm. Set this right here. Now, move this back over here out of the way. Let's see how the picture looks on that. It is one thing I don't like is I don't get a preview on this software of what we're doing. Okay. While everybody was off camera or on camera and I was off camera yesterday, I finished sanding these and I cut these holes and put the landing gear lands for the doors in there. Well, that's good, Chris. And if you talk about fitting perfectly, the way this system works, there has been no sanding adjustment, no cutting adjustment. I'm just knocking off the edge. You know how the edge gets a little bit of hair on it. And this rib fits in this cradle 100% perfect, right where it belongs. And you don't need a pen to hold it because it's perfect. It's right on the line and fits perfect. So set that one back in there. So I mean, I don't have to do it, but I don't know. I might make a couple landing gear land blocks or whatever before I put it together. Anyway, now I have to split this shear web because I got so excited. I was getting so far ahead. I cut this piece of shear webbing to fit perfectly between this rib and this rib, but I had forgotten that rib. So now I have to split it and get it to fit perfect. Each one of these shear webs has to fit perfect. I can't remember who I was talking to about that, but the strength in this wing, this is only 3/16. It's not quarter. And this is 3/16, and this is 3/16. Every piece is the sum of the whole. So if you have a good tight joint between this rib and this rib on the shear web and so on and so forth, all the way out, I just go out to one bay past the landing gear because that's really the only place you need it. But if all the fits are really tight and you end up with that compression spar, which is this 1/8" basswood that goes from right here all the way across to the other side, 3/4 to 1 inch wide, depends on what I want to do it. 3/4 probably. And the bell crank mounts in this pivot, and you got them top and bottom. This is where the load is, right here in the center of the wing. The only reason why you see guys fold the wing out here is they've sanded the sheeting too much. Well, I'm using 3/32 sheeting, but it is in the realm of 16th wood, so could I make it out of 16th? Yes, but then you got waves between all the ribs. So I like the 3/32 wood, and I like the way that I did the Tucker Special where this is foam. And if I'd have been thinking, I would have went ahead and foamed this, but you're going to give up an ounce. And I really don't like that idea of giving up an ounce. Now, an ounce doesn't sound like much, but when you're scrapping for every single grain or gram, an ounce is a long ways. a long ways. Well, I don't think I'm going to get into this tonight because I want to watch a program. It comes on at 8 o'clock. I just looked. It's like just a few minutes. 24 watchers, 10 thumbs up. Like, subscribe, share. If you can become a member, a paid member, hit the join button down below. It's $4.99 a month. It helps keep me going with supplies. I've been footing the bill for all this stuff for the last 15 years. Well, I think, this channel's only been on 6 years. But I got to buy all the wood, all the camera gear, everything. I mean, I'm kind of spinning those plates like I told you. But, and I don't mind doing it. But, it's nice to get a helping hand and appreciation. If you guys could become a paid member. I know I haven't been putting out the videos like I should. I got to get the last Al Raid video out as a tribute to him. I just don't have the time, spinning these plates, moving this around and trying to do all this stuff. And I'm doing the best I can. Please bear with me. It's tough. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you Tuesday with the construction and completion of this side of the wing. I won't get too ambitious and say we'll do joining, but this wing will be joined together this week, and the flaps cut and the horns cut. Yep. This is 5.3, 6. I got some white stuff here. No, that's 5.3, 85. I thought I saved them out. I don't know. Well, we'll find some flap wood in there somewhere. Here they are. So we got the flap wood. I probably can cut 2 flaps out of this one sheet. And it's good and straight. If I figure it right. I don't want too much flap on this airplane, so we're not going to have no 4-inch flap because it ain't going to weigh 90 ounces. We're going to have probably a 2-inch root and a 1-inch tip, so not a whole lot of flap. But we'll figure it out when we get to that. So, thanks for watching. Till I see you on Tuesday. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.